in here about 3 minutes ago. So that's great. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Meetup. Lots of new faces in here this morning, I think. Anybody this first time here for new people? Second, third time? All right, yeah.
He come sing the song.
Tiffany has a clipboard here we'll pass around, and if you'd like to add your name to
the
email list.
Goes out usually Monday or Tuesday every week, and then there is a column if you have an interest in presenting. Fill that out as well. Any entrepreneur announcements for the week? I know we have a couple.
I have one, yeah. Well, as we briefly mentioned last week, Eric and I, of course, both gave presentations just within the last few weeks. And we have teamed together, and based on all of your input, we did go with the children's story to develop. And this evening we're going to be rolling out our children's book project over at the mall by Kirby Photography. And if you come and decide that's what you want to do, you'll have a consulting with us and we'll help you create your story. You'll get a mini photo with Erica, and we will work with you to create a beautiful archive piece like this for your family before Christmas for giving. And we have found not only do grandmas and grandpas and moms and dads like them, but children are really pretty proud of having something like this in their hands. And their names on the spine. It's a big confidence builder, and we hope a communication tool between parents and children. So thank you for all your input, and we'll try to be like poster children for the launch pad. Thank you.
All right. Mike.
Over here. Yeah, just wanted to kind of introduce, launched a new 3D printing business here in town. So officially made my transition from Stratasys to working on this company Monday. So just want to let you know. So anybody needs any 3D prints, then I got a business card here to pass out. So
What's the name of the business?
the name of the business is Elite Additive.
There you go.
So.
All right. Congratulations. Any other announcements? All right.
Great. Okay, so I pull my notes up here. You guys, good morning. I'm going to introduce digital design, and we have Steve and Brian with us. And Steve is an inventor with a degree in electronics and a background in engineering and manufacturing. He's been in business of industrial control as digital design for over 30 years. Brian has an education in manufacturing technology and has been working with his dad at digital design for 8 years, during which they started the plastics division, and both areas have been growing ever since. So excited to hear about digital design this morning, and that, guys, take over.
Thank you. I'm Brian, this is Steve.
Brian won the coin flip, so he wants to do the
I
presentation.
don't know if I'd say one, but we're digital design. We help people. Let us help make your idea real. I'd like to start out the presentation with a fact for you guys. On average, the #1 fear of people is public speaking. #2 is death. This means if you go to a funeral, you would be better off in the casket than doing the eulogy. I agree with that. I hate public speaking, so bear with me today. I may stutter a little bit. At some point today, my face will probably look like this. Digital design history started in 1980 by Steve, manufacturing and repairing industrial controls, pump houses, water towers, machinery, things like that. In 2006, we purchased an old manual injection molding machine that needed extensive repair with the intent of repairing it and reselling, which is completely normal. We buy a piece of equipment, fix it, resell it. Nobody could fix it, really hard problem. Shortly thereafter, we were approached by Easy Puck out of Fargo to produce a small part that was being made by hand. It's actually this part right here. They were cutting it out of 1-inch Delrin and drilling a hole in it. It takes forever, and they go through thousands of them a year. So we decided to hook the machine up and start making them for them, and that was basically the beginning. We have been growing ever since with a focus on automation as much as possible to keep costs down and keep jobs from going overseas. That's one of our big things. We're trying to bring manufacturing back to the US, which isn't easy, but that's kind of our focus. What do we do? Digital Design is a custom injection molding shop that specializes in helping individuals develop their ideas into functional, manufacturable, retail-ready products that we then produce for them. So the big thing, functional, it has to work. Can people use it? Does it work the way it's supposed to? Manufacturable. If it can't be made quickly and cheaply and it's really expensive, nobody's going to buy it. Retail ready, most of our customers, here's my product, get it completely done, and then I'll sell it. Product design, we'll design the part that comes to us with an idea, 3D design, 2D design, prototyping, either 3D printed or CNC cut prototype that can be tested, patenting, we've got great resources for people that need patents, patent pending, actual patent applications, patent research, things like that. Mold manufacturing, we have companies that make molds for us. Really expensive to do yourself, so we have other companies that are experts in it, make the molds for us, and then we use the molds to make the actual parts. You can see all the parts we have laid out here. We've made all of these. These are all of our products we've made, and then product assembly. Most of our customers have us do some type of assembly or packaging. Header cards, advertising, put stuff together, whatever, so that most of our customers are people with a 9 to 5, they don't have a factory, they don't have the knowledge to put stuff together, they just get stuff in a box and then they sell it however. How our process works, so we'll get an email, phone call from somebody with an idea. We'll take their idea, talk about it, see if it's manufacturable and if it will sell. If we think people will buy it, if it's manufacturable, yep, we can make it. Great. We take your idea and we turn it into a 3D model. This model here is actually part that's sitting on the table there. Turn it into a 3D model, talk to the customer, here's what we came up with, do you like it, what do you want to change, right color, right dimensions, yep, looks good. Then we move to a prototype. Now we can either do a 3D printed one, this one is actually a machine part here, that's a molded part. Move to a prototype, then the customer tries it. Does it work the way I want it to? Does it break? Is it too big? Is it too small? It's great to have it to hold in your hand. It's easy to see how something works. You look at something on a screen, you don't get an idea of how it works until you can hold it in your hand and use it. And then once we get to that point, we can get all the pricing for basically the entire product. So if somebody comes to us, here's my part, we design it, we get a prototype. Okay, this is what the mold is going to cost you to make the part, this is what your assembly is going to cost, this is what your packaging is going to cost, and you can put a dollar amount on the entire project. Here's what you need to get your project off the ground. And then if the customer moves forward, we have the mold manufactured in either the US or China. We dug our heels in a long time having all of our molds made here. And doing that, we lost a lot of customers. People don't have the money. So reluctantly, we have sources in China that make our molds for us. They're much cheaper, a little harder to deal with. The quality isn't quite as good, but it is a tremendous cost savings, and we give the people the option. If you want your mold made here, we will make it here. It just costs more. So we have the mold made in China, and then after that, the mold arrives, we produce your parts, assemble if necessary, and you have a retail-ready product. I'll go through some of the previous products. Some of the previous products we worked on. When you came in, you saw our diblet. It's a gardening tool. Feel free to take one. It's a tool you just poke it in the ground. It makes a little hole, and you can plant seeds and little starter packs and things like that. We actually own this one. This is one of ours. We dip the handle green so it looks like a little carrot.
And we make 8 other colors.
Yeah, we make 8 other colors. Actually, I'll go back to this one. This is where we started out with it. Looks ridiculous. It's modeling clay with a cardboard tube with electrical tape. And we tried, I like the size of the handle. Well, it needs to be way longer. We actually developed this for around 2 years. Then we went to this one, absolutely way too small. ridiculous, didn't work at all. And then we came up with our final design, which we've made thousands of now, and they work really, really good. Yeah, there's 8 or 9 colors. This is a customer's product. It is for picking up dog poop. Works really good also. You open it up. Oh, this is fake poop. You pull a bag out of the back, you put a bag in here, and you use it to pick up dog waste. You shove the bag back in, you can put it on your belt clip, walk your dog. When you're done, you go to the garbage, dump it up. You never have to touch the bag, the poop, anything. It's great. This is what the customer started out with. A Nalgene bottle with a little hair clip. This is what they came to us with. And we're like, oh, hey, great idea. A lot of times we don't even get a prototype. It's just a napkin drawing. We're like, hey, we can work with that. A long time in development, and we came up with this part. Very cost prohibitive on the part, so we had to put a lot of engineering into making it assemble quickly. So there's no pins or anything that locked in. You slide the 2 halves together and you lock in a custom spring that we made for it. You lock those in and then it cannot come apart. Once you snap the spring in, it's together. So it goes together very, very quickly, which we had to do in order to get the price point that the customer was looking for. I'll pass some of this stuff around when we're done with the presentation. Again, we have 7 colors or something like that, 2 different designs. We have little feet on there. And then the other one is like a basket weave pattern.
When it's a customer's idea, he owns the mold.
Yeah, when it's like this is ours. We own the mold for this. We footed the bill for the entire project. This is a customer's product. He paid for us to do the R&D. He paid for the mold. He paid for the parts. He paid for everything. And we just charge per hour to do all of this to get the parts in the end. That's what we're after, is to make the parts for the customer. And we do all the R&D so they hopefully sell $1 billion of them. That's what we're looking for in the end. Some of you might recognize this. This is Eric Niskanen's product. He won at the idea competition 2 years ago. We helped him develop this. Eric's a great guy. It was a lot of fun working on this one. He had the whole thing designed out of aluminum. Was bulky, it was heavy, it was expensive. So we helped him develop the entire thing out of plastic. And I think there's 60 or 70 individual pieces in this assembly. It's a hockey training aid. These lines come out, go to a goal post, and then a trainer puts a hockey stick in here, it sits down on the ice, and you skate around. You can see where the puck comes from when the goalie is in the goal. And there's 4 52-foot lines inside that little drum there. And you can skate as fast as you want backwards and forwards, and it will auto-retract. So it's really cool. If you see the YouTube video he has on his website, it's really cool to watch. This is called a Securus strap, another product of somebody else's. We just make this little clip that goes on the end of this cord, and then the customer actually puts the assembly together and he sells it like this. It's made for tying ratchet straps together, just like that. And we have a ton of these, and we were his first customer. We bought a ton of them when he first started making them because they're great. Every strap we have in our shop has one of these on there. The next one is also one of ours. It's an industrial doorstop for jails. A lot of R&D in this one also. We had to design it so inmates in a jail couldn't get it off the wall. Jails would have these big 200-pound metal swinging doors and use these stainless steel or aluminum doorstops that get smashed. So we designed one out of high-density plastic that can't be smashed. They're really, really tough. Again, tons of R&D, designed everything so it worked just perfect so nobody could get it off the wall. That one works really good also. This is called the Easy Perch Bird Feeder. It's sitting on the table here. We designed this for a customer. It's basically grooves in the bottom of this that lock onto this rod. So it comes on and off really easy and won't come off in the wind. It works fantastic. The customer said, I want to make this out of plastic, but I don't want to have to buy a tank for the bird feeder or the hummingbird feeder. I want to use a water bottle. So we had to design the piece that goes in the bottom to fit any water bottle. If you buy Aquafina, Nalgene, whatever it is, every water bottle has to fit on there. So he saved the cost of having a blow molder make the bottle that goes in there, and you just use a normal water bottle.
Or
So,
Coke or Pepsi
a
bottle.
Coke or Pepsi, Mountain Dew, whatever you want.
It took us a long time to design that.
Yeah, and it works. You take the bottle, you tip it up, and it uses vacuum so it doesn't overfill the container. I mean, it works fantastic. And it's meant to go on a shepherd's hook. You know, in a yard, you can put 10 of them on if you want. I couldn't bring a shepherd's hook in here, but you get the idea of how it works. This one was Kanji and Kacha's pick right. They also presented here maybe 2 months ago. They worked on the project for a while and kind of stuttered or stopped. They didn't like the design. Well, we started helping them, worked on the design a little bit, and helped them get rolling on it. And their mold actually just showed up. So we'll be making their parts in the next few weeks. We're really excited for them. That'll be a good product, and I think they'll do well with that.
Tell them what it is.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a guitar pick aid. So you take a pick and it just goes in there like that, a guitar pick, and then you wear it on your finger. I'm not a guitar player, so I'm not really sure how to wear this. Like that, and it sticks on your finger. So you can play, you can let go and strum with your fingers or whatever, and then it stays on your finger. Great with people for people with arthritis and things like that, or whoever. If you do a lot of, I don't know what her term was, picking with your fingers, it works really, really well. So we like that one. This is the Easy Puck. It's a hockey training aid. It's sitting on the table here. This one is an assembly that we do. We put 3 screws in each one. We stack them in 6. We shrink wrap it, put it in a cardboard box, and then put an instruction sheet in there. And then the customer buys that sub-assembly, and they put it into a large hockey training aid. It's a large sheet of polyethylene with holes drilled in it that sits on the floor, and these pucks snap into the holes, and then teenagers, children will do exercises around these pucks in plastic on the floor.
Stick handling drills.
Stick handling drills, that's the term. Yeah.
Without looking down so that they're good at it.
Yep. Hand-eye coordination. You have it's like a 4x8 sheet. It's huge with these pucks in there, and then you take a hockey stick and you weave the puck in between those there. We call it a puck, but it's not really a puck. This is a rattle reel that we build for the Bailey brothers. We build this piece here, which is 2 halves that is ultrasonically welded together. And then you can't really see there's a bracket behind there. We build that as well. And we don't do any assembly in this one, we just build a part. So that's what it looks like. It comes in 2 halves, and then we have an ultrasonic welder that welds the 2 halves together. So there's no screws, there's no glue, anything. It's really fast, it goes together really quick, which you have to do for manufacturing. It's got to go together quick and cheap, otherwise you won't be able to sell it. And then we have, of course, 50 other products, little ones that we've worked on, and we've got a ton too that we can't show you because most of our products are proprietary. People are in development, they have patent pendings on stuff, and we can't just, oh hey, look, what we're working on. You can't show people other, proprietary products. So, but we've got tons of things we worked on, little random parts and pieces, things that have never been made that are still in process or whatever. So that's the gist of our presentation. What we are looking for from the audience. How can we help our customers effectively market their products? That is the #1 problem we have. It doesn't matter how good the idea is, how much money the customer has, if they cannot market it and sell it, doesn't mean anything. Every single one of our customers has a problem with marketing. They cannot sell their product. So we're looking for advice. Where do we point them? How do we help them sell their product? This was one of our first products we did, and the customer, same thing, had trouble with marketing. We spent thousands of dollars trying to help him sell his product, and he still didn't. We put thousands of dollars out of our own pocket to try and help him. We made videos, we made advertising, and it just couldn't sell it. So that's kind of our #1 is to help them and ourselves too, because we have products of our own that we sell. How do we get them to sell their products? And then the #2 thing is how do we connect with potential customers, new customers that don't know we even exist. Hey, I've got this idea, this gadget, widget, I need somebody to make it. We need to find those people so we can help them make their product. So that's it.
Questions? Comments?
Advice.
I think the one thing that, I noticed that when we were talking about it, and I mean, you can hear a lot of people go, ooh, you know. But, so why aren't your customers selling a million of your products? Yes, you do have a marketing issue, it sounds like.
Yep.
And I guess, have you thought about teaming up with, you know, rather than trying to do it yourself? Because it seems like you guys are good at designing tooling and molds and designing the products. And marketing is kind of a whole nother,
It is.
world.
Yep.
So to get into that, I mean, I think partnering with, you know, another team business that's good at marketing
Yeah, and there's,
is,
the problem we run into is people that say they're marketing well, they make websites or Facebook pages. We need somebody that will actually call businesses,
yeah.
call, you know, warehouses and try and actually sell the product. Yeah, that doesn't work, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'll pass some of these around while we're.
There's a question over there.
Have you reached out to the Bemidji State University's marketing students to assist you?
I don't think so, have we?
Yeah, we tried that a couple times.
Oh yeah, we've tried it a couple times, I guess. Well, that's, and I remember that, yeah, and students don't have the knowledge and the background that, or the connections that you're looking for. Really what we need is somebody that kind of has the knowledge and the gumption and whatever to, yep, I'll take it on, charge me commission or something like that, and just, and off they run with it. So, I mean, that's right, we have worked a little bit with the college and not a whole lot of success. You're working with somebody that's 19 or 20 and they've never been out selling stuff, they really haven't marketed anything yet. Should be more looking at a professor or something like that, you know, somebody that's been out there.
Have you had any of your customers do feasibility studies or a market analysis, make sure there is a market out there? And that's something Mars folks can help with.
Not really. I mean, we've
So
suggested,
have they come with any type of research that says, yes, there is a market for this idea?
not really, no. I mean, no.
That might be the first.
Yeah, and nobody knows how to do, none of our customers will know how to do that. So maybe what we need is a web page that says, these are the things you need to do before you make your product. Market research or you know, figure out how you're gonna market it, things like that. It should be the first step.
Have you tried any on affiliate marketing with online influencers?
No. Online marketers. What did you say?
Yeah, I can talk to you more about it.
I've never heard of it, so we haven't tried it.
Okay. I mean, groups where people sell out a product on Amazon. I mean, if you get the right people connected, they'll sell an Amazon product.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they're,
Bloggers.
what?
It's like bloggers that will actually take the product and then they write a review on it, and they've got a zero income.
Right.
Give them the product and maybe have to pay for it, which they acknowledge them, but then they'll.
Right. Right, yeah.
How would we find those people?
I can meet with you, I'm part of a couple of groups of people that do that.
Super.
But I think that could help to think of some of the products here too, that maybe the folks that are designing this. I haven't, maybe I missed the presentation, but I think Eric's hockey things that are involved obviously. Idea competition, which encourages people to do a business plan and have a plan and understand the whole process.
Yep.
And so some of these other products, I think that's kind of what's being touched on it. They started here.
Yeah.
This is a great resource for those people to start. They have the idea, and now they can leave. You know, they've done the research, they've gotten feedback.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
One strategy always is to figure out who your early adapters should be, your adopters, who's going to use the product,
Yeah.
and who that target is, and then how you reach them. I mean, if it's a gardener, there is a lot of gardening things that support that. If it's a sports thing or a pet owner, you know, there's a very targeted audience for them.
Well, and that's a big problem we have is we don't have fishing, we don't have hockey, we don't have gardening, we have one of each. We have one product in every single.
You got one customer for each of those. I mean, one customer and one designer.
Yeah.
They need to be matched up.
Yeah.
your specialty is tools or products and tooling development, injection molding, not developing people's business plans.
Yeah, we don't have marketing.
And I think that's, to me, where you're getting blurred and the lines are being crossed over.
Yeah.
They should come to you when they have money and a plan and an order,
Yep.
right? And then you fulfill their needs in your specialty.
Yeah.
And you're getting crossed over and sucked into like helping them develop a successful product to create orders for yourself.
Exactly. Which we're not good at.
No, and you kind of need to stay away from that.
I think you're absolutely spot on. From what I see here, if, let's say Polaris called you today and said, hey, we need a gizmo, you guys make it and you sell it to them, that's OEM parts, right?
Yep.
You sell it to them. You hope Polaris sells 1 billion parts, but you're not gonna help Polaris market it. They have people to do that.
Yep.
So that scoop thing with the poop, that deal, if you had a marketing company behind them and they came to you and say, hey, built this, why isn't somebody's name on that? You know, I mean, it's the name of the product. You know, they're missing the boat on their marketing. You guys are good at building things. You wanted to take off, and I can see your struggle with wanting to help them with the marketing.
Yeah.
But I think Eric's first point of teaming with somebody, if you're going to stay in the lane you're in, to team with a professional marketing group that can take it to the next level.
And that's what we'd like to find is, we'd
Yeah,
like to help them find.
Yeah,
somebody
and I'm
who
sure there's
markets.
rep groups that represent all of the products that you know, in those lanes and those market sectors that are out there. But you need people to come to you with ready-made products so you can just go ching, 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 and your machine can run.
Yeah. And that's kind of the other avenue that we've steered a little bit towards now is getting products that are already being made, whether we design a new mold that's better or something like that, or take a mold from another company that's not doing the job right, and it's easy.
Right.
You know, you take a product from somebody else that's already being made, you throw the mold in, you make parts, everyone's happy. You're not dealing with somebody that's trying to develop something and then they have to try